You're welcome to the show. I am Kachi Ofia and I'll be your host for the next hour of all that glitters in entertainment because as always, this is Arise 360. So I'm really excited because it's the start of another great week of entertainment news and of course those headline-making exclusives we love. So how about this? Here's what you can look forward to today. World's oldest situation, as I'll be taking a look at what's been making headlines across the four corners of the globe on my daily trip around the world. And then, of course, Maroon 5 has a mind of his own. Yes, we're talking about the band, and you know, they did so great at the Super Bowl. So I'll be telling you the biggest stories about the biggest names in the business. Also on the show, we'll be finding out what you should be looking out for in theaters and galleries as we talk arts and culture. And finally, film and television makes us all happy, doesn't it? Well, I'll be giving you all of this and so much more today on Arise 360. All right, now let's kick off the show by taking a look at what has been making those international headlines, you know, a lot of noise. Let's do this by taking a look at what has happened in a day around the world.
Lovely, tell your mum.
All right, now let's kick things off in America. So you see the video you just watched was from the 1964 classic Disney film Mary Poppins. Now the film, which sat literally every single person's imagination wild with possibilities for children and adults, has been branded racist. So a university professor, Professor Daniel Pollock Pelsner, believes the scene with Mary and Bert dancing with the chimney erupting in their face features, you'll never believe it, blackface. In the 1964 film, Mary attempts to wipe off the soot on her face, only to discover that she made it even worse. So she owns the situation, owns the soot, and adds some more to her nose and cheeks. Now, this is supposed to be harmless. However, the professor has now suggested that the scene in question is a reference to the original P.L. Traveler's book, which associated chimney sweeps' blackened faces with racial caricatures. Well, good thing, we're not looking at a possible, no award situation, seeing as the movie was all the way back from 1964. Anyways, kudos to Emily Blunt on the newest version of Mary Poppins. Anyways, away from that, staying right here in America, Jussie Smollett has proven once again that he is such a fighter. Now, he was blunt, emotional, and defiantly determined as he played a show he had been booked to attend before his incident, and he just had to because he could not let his attackers win. Now, this is the Empire actor and R&B singer's first public appearance since he reported to police in Chicago on Tuesday. And this is what he said. He said 2 masked men had assaulted him and put a rope around his neck while using homophobic and racial slurs. He said he is okay, though, and he's not letting the attackers win by, of course, playing the concert. Well, here's what he had to say.
Up and then down, going in circles, trying to get to where you are. Everybody's been counting.
The most important thing that I can say is just to keep it simple and just say thank you so much, and that I'm okay. I forget I was going to say something. I'm not fully healed yet, but I'm going to, and that's right. And I'm gonna stand strong with y'all. It sounds. I had to be here tonight, y'all. So I will always stand for love. never stand for anything other than that. Regardless of what anyone else says, I will only stand for love.
And on to Latin America now. Now, the thing is, I firmly believe that home is certainly where the heart is. So the Chinese community all the way in Buenos Aires on Saturday celebrated the Spring Festival. And this was to mark the arrival of the Chinese Lunar New Year. So thousands of people attended the event, during which dancing dragons paraded through the crowd, and all the performers showcased Chinese music, dance, and martial arts up to the stage. Now, the year of the pig in the 12-year Chinese astrological cycle starts on Tuesday, waving farewell to the year of the dog. The Chinese Argentine community, however, kicked off the celebrations slightly ahead of time. But you see, when it comes to party, you know, you can never be too early or too late. So I guess it's all good. Anyways, talking about the Chinese community, let's go all the way to Asia now. So the tragic case of Alaa Mahjoub has left the city on disarray. I mean, we're talking about a situation where no one knows exactly who could be next. So writers and authors demonstrated in the southern city of Karbala, Iraq on Sunday, basically condemning the murder of a high-profile and outspoken Iraqi novelist. So Iraq has seen a number of political assassinations in the past year, particularly of outspoken activists and critics. A local police official said Alaa Mahjoub was killed in a live fire in Karbala. The official said Mahjoub was gunned down on Saturday night by unknown assailants after he left a literary event in the city and was headed home on his motorcycle. So under the condition of anonymity, the man actually went on to say that it was not immediately clear why Mahjoub was killed, but so far, just in case you're wondering why this is really heartbreaking, Mahjoub has published 20 different books and wrote extensively about Karbala's history and culture and, you know, about Iraq's once thriving Jewish minority. And over to Australia, Australian actress and breast cancer ambassador Carmen Duncan has died after losing her 4th battle with cancer. The Emmy Award nominee and star of the small screen died over the weekend, surrounded by her loved ones. The 76-year-old mother of 2 was always open about her health battles, and she became more like a voice for multiple organizations over the years, helping to raise money and awareness for cancer research and, of course, the sudden infant syndrome. Carmen previously overcame breast cancer in 2000 and colon cancer. Then she was diagnosed again with thyroid cancer in 2017. Well, we certainly love the world of box office. So let's go over there and see what's happening. M. Night Shyamalan's Glass is keeping a very fragile hold in the #1 spot for the 3rd time, while the upside stays in a close second on this sleepy weekend at the North American box office. So overall, it's the worst Super Bowl weekend at the box office in almost 2 decades. Studios estimate that Glass has earned an additional $9.5 million in ticket sales, bringing its total earnings to $88.7 million. SEX's The Upside added $8.9 million, and the weekend's only big newcomer, Miss Bala, landed in 3rd place with $6.7 million. Now, Gina Rodriguez stars in the Catherine Hardwicke-directed Actioner, which is a remake of the 2011 Mexican film.
We exist. May I meet the beast? I hope for your sake that he likes you. That sounds like the bad guys teaming up. A lot of people are going to die. Don't do this.
And now let's go over to the UK, where we absolutely love Meghan Markle regardless. So the Duchess of Sussex has written personal messages to women being helped by a charity that basically looks to help sex workers break free from prostitution. So Prince Harry's wife took the unusual step of writing the messages on the skin of bananas, destined for the food parcels that would be handed out to the women. Meghan wrote sentiments such as, "You were strong, you were special, you were brave," you know, with really cute hearts next to them. Now, she said the messages were inspired after she learned of a program that this woman started in the United States on a school lunch program, when on each of the bananas that she was going to give out, she wrote an affirmation or something to make the kids feel really empowered. And now let's go over to India. So from silent black and white films to very colorful blockbusters bursting with songs and dance. You know, we like to dance in the Indian movies. While the evolution of Indian cinema is traced by a new museum in the home of Bollywood. Costing $27 million, India's first national film museum is spread across a stylish 19th century bungalow and a modern 5-story glass structure in South Mumbai. Now, this museum is the first film museum of its kind in Mumbai, and it basically showcases to the world outside what Indian cinema has achieved in its entirety for over 100 years. And it's a huge, huge congratulations to Seun Kuti. Finally, let's get to Africa. So the Afrobeat singer and his band, Kuti and Egypt 80, have been nominated in the Best World Music Album category for Black Times, which was released on the 2nd of March 2018. Now, if you would love to watch Seun Kuti perform live at the Grammys, Kuti's performance will be accessible to online viewers who visit Grammy's website on Sunday, February 10th, 2019. Yep, he's performing as well. Seun Kuti's Grammy nomination is his first, though. You know, his older brother, Femi Kuti, has already been nominated 4 times, although he has not been able to take home any of the awards. Well, he was first nominated in the World Music category in 2003, and then in 2010, and 2012, and then 2013. Also in Africa, you see, when we saw this movie, we knew there was something special about it. And the truth is, Nollywood just keeps on winning. So the movie we're talking about is Tokwe Oshin's Up North movie. Yes, it has made it for a screening at the Facebook Menlo Park headquarters in honor of the Black History Month. So the screening will hold on Wednesday, February 20th, 2019. And, you know, we're really excited for this movie because this is international coverage, not just within the shores of Nigeria anymore. Banky W is one of the people in the movie, which was written by Aditi Effiong. We had him in the studios a while back. And, you know, the character Banky W played was basically called Bassi, a rich kid who learns to be reformed during his youth service in Bauchi. This was one of the locations for the film. And then other people were Rahama Sadao, Hilda Kubo, Kanayo. It's an absolutely phenomenal movie. I mean, if you're looking to see what the North is like, it's definitely a good watch. Well, it's time for a really short break now, but stay tuned to the show. Coming up, I'll be bringing you all the latest music news, and then we'll also be finding out what you need to look out for in terms of social media. Don't go anywhere.